Hey there. So Carl Jung once said something that knowing your own darkness is the best method for dealing with other people's darkness. Awesome, right? My name is Yungi Mysterious. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am so super excited to be here with you today. So I'll be taking you down the journey of self-discovery. How do you discover yourself? You discover yourself by knowing who you are. How do you know who you are? You know who you are by first looking at those things that looks like chains that might likely hold you back, all right, and start treating them, start dealing with them. And that is why I'm here. So I'm going to be taking you down a journey to phobia land. A journey to phobia land is going to be a series that will be exposing you to the different phobias we have and possible ways of managing these phobias. Exciting, right? Please stay with me as we journey together. All right, so what is phobia? Phobia is just, how do I say it? An irrational fear of something. It could be a fear of something. It could be fear of places, all right, that might likely to cause harm. So the word phobia is actually, it comes from a Greek word, phobos, which means horror. Phobos, which means horror. So over time, I have discovered that a lot of people are very scared, super scared of something, super scared of places, or even human beings, scared of taking steps. And these things have names, and I want to expose you to these names, which are the phobias, things you are scared of. And we have more than 100 phobias. Yes, more than 100 phobias. Can you imagine that? And each person has more than 25 of these phobias. So imagine that you never knew that you are actually scared of a place or something, but you just do it unconsciously. You react to those things. That is why I'm here, to expose you to these things and how to manage it. So like I said before, phobia is an irrational fear of something, you know. And then today I will be talking to us about a phobia called agoraphobia. Agoraphobia is a fear of crowd. I mean, I know some persons will be like, how is this even possible? It is very possible because of individual differences. Just because you don't have agoraphobia doesn't mean you don't have another phobia. So you better hold up, chill up, and listen. All right, so agoraphobia is actually a type of anxiety disorder, and it's caused by fear, and then you try to avoid places or situations that might cause you panic, or you feel trapped. Unlike claustrophobia, where you feel very scared of staying in an enclosed environment, agoraphobia are people who are very scared of crowd. All right, and then sometimes it makes you so helpless, or you're even embarrassed. You fear an actual or even anticipated situations. Just imagine that. So the thing could be actual, that we have crowd here, or you could sit at the comfort of your house and just the imagination of it, that where I am stepping out to, there are going to be a lot of crowd, can actually cause this agoraphobia, which is the fear of crowd. And it can make you timid. It can make you timid. It can make you not want to associate with other people. Now, you are scared of an actual thing or an anticipated situation, such as using public transportation, or being in an open or an enclosed spaces, standing in line, or being in the crowd. So I've seen during my NYSC period, my youth service period, I saw some persons passing out on the line, and I was like, I mean, you just have to stand. Maybe they were tired, but not really. It's because of fear. So this thing causes something inside of you that arouses this fear, and then it can get the whole of you if you don't know how to treat it. All right, so agoraphobia is the fear of crowd. So the anxiety is caused by fear that there is no way to escape or get help. And then most people actually have agoraphobia, and then they develop it after having one or more panic attacks. So just maybe years just happened and you're passing out, and then afterwards you start to get so scared of the crowd that the thought of it might want you to, you might just think of passing out again because you are very scared of these places. All right, and then causing it can actually cause them to worry about having another attack, and then because of that they try to avoid places where it may happen again. And then people with this agoraphobia, they often have a hard time feeling safe in public places, especially where crowds gather. So you may feel that you need a companion, such as a relative, could be a friend, to go with you to public places. The fear can so be overwhelming that you might just even feel unable to leave your home. Can you imagine that? So agoraphobia is something that needs to be dealt with. So the question you should be asking yourself now is, do you have agoraphobia? Okay, so I feel attacked because I actually have agoraphobia. I do not like crowded places. Mine has not gotten to the place or to the stage where it gets really overwhelming so much that I wouldn't want to step out. But yours could have gotten to that stage, and I don't want you to panic anymore because I am here to help you out on how to deal with all of this. Okay, so having known what agoraphobia is, I want to tell you the symptoms of this agoraphobia. Okay, typical agoraphobia symptoms could include fear of leaving your home alone, all right, and then crowded places or waiting in the line, or maybe an enclosed spaces such as a movie theater, elevators, or small stores. That is very funny. I mean, you're just denying yourself, you deny yourself the chance of getting to meet people, getting to interact, getting to network with the world because you have agoraphobia. All right, so some other cases people, another type could be using public transportation such as bus, a plane, or a train. So the question now is, how do you even live? How do you cope with life? Terrific. But don't worry, we are going to be taking care of that eventually. Okay, so quickly, I want to add, in addition to these typical causes of agoraphobia, this agoraphobia thing is more like a fear of anxiety that almost always results from exposure to situations. And then it could be that you are scared, fear or anxiety is out of proportion to the actual danger of the situation itself. So you avoid the situation and you need a companion to go with you to somewhere, or you even endure situation but you are extremely distressed. So now let me take you down to how to manage this very agoraphobia. All right, okay, so quickly, before I tell you when you need to see a doctor, I want to share with you just few of the symptoms or signs of this panic called agoraphobia. So one of the signs is actually rapid heart rate. You start having palpitations, when it's about to happen, or the thought of it. Remember, it could be the actual situation or just your imagination, the anticipation that this thing is going to happen. You start having rapid heart rate, trouble breathing, or even feeling like you're going to choke. It is that bad. You could have chest pain or pressure, and then lightheaded and sometimes dizziness, and you are going to be excessively sweating and sudden flushing or chills. You can even start having diarrhea. So imagine that you're standing on the line and just before it gets to you, you're already having diarrhea because of the thought that you are going to have attack from this very thing called agoraphobia. Can you beat that? All right, so when do you need to see a doctor? You need to see a doctor when these symptoms has severely limited you to socializing. Like I said before, you cannot work, you cannot attend important events, and even manage the details of your daily life, or even running errands. You need to see a doctor. It needs to be managed. And first of all, before you even see a doctor, there's something you need to tell yourself. This is just in my mind. It's not happening. I am fine. I am okay. And then the best way to actually deal with this thing is exposure therapy. Exposure therapy is facing your fears eyeball to eyeball. So you need to step out more often to a crowded environment. Okay, so actually at the first or second time of stepping out to these crowded places, you need to be very, very careful. All right, maybe you could go with a friend or a family member that you have confidence in. Now you see that it is a mind thing, and you are actually going to be fine because you're going out with someone that you feel is going to be there for you in case anything happened. So imagine redirecting all of this confidence in your own self that you can handle it. You wouldn't have to go to places with someone else because you're feeling you're going to lose control, or you are feeling like you're going to die. Okay. All right, and then this agoraphobia, before I go, I would like to tell you that some of the causes of agoraphobia could actually include health conditions and genetics, temperament, environmental stress, and learning experiences may all play a role in the development of agoraphobia. So you have to be very careful. You have to be very mindful of your environment, things you expose yourself to, things you listen to over time. Unconsciously, you start manifesting those things. So if you're in an environment that doesn't encourage you, or they don't say things that you want to hear, that might likely want you to stay indoors because you cannot manage these fears. Please, 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 I would advise that you run away from such environments. And then it could be temperamental. Temperament where you are scared that, oh, if I lose it in public, something is going to happen, or you might even die. It gets that bad. So you need to also look into that. All right. And then the risk factor of this agoraphobia. It can begin in childhood, but usually, it starts with, let's say, late teen, but usually before the age of 35, it starts. And then as you're growing older, it develops. And guess what? Women are more diagnosed with this agoraphobia than men. I wouldn't know why that happens, but we react very fast to some things, and then we are more of emotional people than the rational men. All right, okay, so that's it. I hope this was helpful. I hope you can go and then read up about agoraphobia and things you can do to help yourself. I just hope this video was helpful. Thank you so much for staying with me on my YouTube channel. My name again is Onyime Serial. Alright people, so if you find this video helpful, please kindly hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to get more exciting videos like this. Ciao ciao, till I see you again next time.